Welcome back to PumpTalk News. We're kicking things off with a bang in the NFL. Survivor pools are getting wild, and after a wild Week 3, the landscape has shifted dramatically. We've got analysis on who to pick and who to avoid as the favorites stumble and strategic plays become crucial for Week 4. Can you survive the picks? Next up, an inspiring story that reminds us of the power of hope and resilience. We're celebrating Wyatt Crosser, a young cancer survivor who got a special VIP experience at a Minnesota Vikings game. His journey from battling neuroblastoma to cheering on his favorite team is a powerful testament to the human spirit and the impact of community support. Then, we're heading to the nation's capital, where the fight for a brighter future is underway. Claudia PÁ copyright Res Favela, a cervical cancer survivor, joined hundreds of advocates in Washington, D.C. to urge Congress to sustain vital research and prevention funding. This is a critical battle for the lives of millions. And finally, we're diving into the unpredictable world of reality TV with a look at who AI thinks will win Survivor 50. Forget the current season, the algorithms have spoken, and the predictions for the sole survivor are already here. Who is the AI's pick to outwit, outplay, and outlast? You'll have to watch to find out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. NFL Week 4 Survivor Pool Strategy. Are you ready for chaos? Through the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, picking winners in survivor pools has felt almost too easy, with favorites largely dominating. But as we head into Week 4, the game is about to get a whole lot tougher. The Circa Survivor Pool in Las Vegas, a high-stakes contest, saw a massive upset when the Green Bay Packers, heavily favored against the Browns, fumbled a late lead and lost. This unexpected result eliminated a significant percentage of entrants who had counted on a Packers victory. Similarly, a huge chunk of players were safe in Week 3 by picking the Seahawks over the Saints, but that comfort is now a distant memory. This week, we're dissecting the remaining options. While some teams are clear favorites, the potential for upsets looms large. We're looking at teams like the Buffalo Bills, who are expected to have an easy game, but many have already used them. The Denver Broncos, despite a recent close loss to the Chargers, boast a strong defense and are a compelling pick, especially if you're willing to wait for Monday night's game. Their net yards per play ranking suggests they're performing better than their record indicates, setting up a fascinating matchup against a struggling Bengals team. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans are showing concerning signs, making them a risky pick even in a divisional game against Tennessee. Fans are already buzzing about the potential pitfalls and smart plays for Week 4. Analysts are weighing in on the strategic implications of these matchups, with some suggesting bold moves might be necessary to stay in the game. The community is debating the safest bets versus the high-reward gambles, all while keeping an eye on those who might have already used their top picks. Will your survivor pick make it through another week, or will you be joining the ranks of the eliminated? Stick around as we break down who AI thinks will conquer the ultimate reality competition in our next story. From the field to the fight, a young survivor's inspiring day with the Vikings. Hope, resilience, and the roar of the crowd. These were the powerful forces at play when 12-year-old Wyatt Crosser experienced a dream day at the Minnesota Vikings' 2025 preseason opener. His visit, complete with a field-level turf suite and a special appearance by Victor the Viking, was a celebration of health and a testament to his incredible journey. Wyatt's battle began at just 5 years old with a diagnosis of high-risk neuroblastoma. His family, Whitney and 2 brothers, faced the daunting reality of traveling over 1,000 miles to New York for treatment at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. For 18 grueling months, Wyatt underwent intensive therapy, including chemotherapy, radiation, immunotherapy, and a vaccine trial. His mother, Whitney, credits the specialized treatment and the unwavering support from her employer, U.S. Bank, along with vital grants that allowed them to stay at a Ronald McDonald House, for helping them through this incredibly difficult period. During their darkest days, the Children's Cancer Research Fund, CCRF, became a beacon of light. They connected with the Crossers early on, offering programs like music therapy that provided Wyatt with much-needed joy and a creative outlet. Whitney fondly recalls how these activities gave Wyatt something to look forward to, reminding them all of the importance of hope and the ability for a child to still find happiness even in the sterile environment of a hospital. The Crossers have maintained their connection with CCRF over the years, with Wyatt even attending Camp Norden, a program for children affected by cancer. Beyond the medical journey, the Minnesota Vikings have always been a source of comfort and bonding for the Crosser family, a tradition passed down from Whitney's father. Whitney shared a powerful memory of the Minneapolis Miracle, where her young son's belief that the game wasn't over reignited their hope, mirroring their own fight. She emphasized how sports provide a crucial escape, a way to bond, celebrate, and create joyful memories, especially during challenging times. Seeing Wyatt now, healthy, tall, and playing soccer like any other kid, is an emotional milestone for Whitney, a moment where she can't believe how far they've come, all thanks to the dedication of researchers and organizations like CCRF. This story is a powerful reminder of how research and community can change lives. But what happens when survivors take their fight directly to the halls of power? Next, we see advocates making their voices heard in D.C. Fighting for futures, cancer survivors rally in D.C. for research funding. As a critical government funding deadline loomed, hundreds of cancer patients, survivors, and their loved ones converged on Capitol Hill. Their mission: to implore Congress to sustain and increase funding for vital cancer research and prevention programs. On September 16th, the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, ACS-CAN, hosted its annual Leadership Summit and Lobby Day, bringing together over 700 advocates from all 50 states, Washington, D.C., Guam, and Puerto Rico. This diverse group, representing nearly every congressional district, aimed to underscore the life-saving impact of federal investments in cancer research and prevention. Among them was Claudia PÁ copyright Res Favela, a cervical cancer survivor from Imperial, California. PÁ copyright Res Favela, alongside other advocates, met with members of California's congressional delegation, including Representative Dr. Raul Ruiz, to highlight the urgent need for sustained funding. Over the past 3 decades, significant increases in federal research funding have contributed to a remarkable 34% decline in cancer mortality rates. However, this progress is now under threat. Proposed dramatic cuts to agencies like the National Institutes of Health (NIH), the National Cancer Institute (NCI), and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) could jeopardize future breakthroughs. The administration's recommendation of an $18 billion cut to the NIH alone would revert funding levels to those not seen since the early 2000s or even the mid-1980s when adjusted for inflation. While congressional committees have thus far rejected these steep reductions, the fight to secure robust funding for fiscal year 2026 is ongoing. PÁ copyright Res Favela shared her personal connection to the cause, stating, "I lost my mother to ovarian cancer over a decade ago, and I always wonder if access to the screening and treatment options available today could have saved her life. I know it saved mine." She emphasized the necessity of continued investment to ensure more individuals can overcome cancer with a better quality of life. Beyond research funding, advocates also pushed for the extension of healthcare tax credits, which currently make insurance affordable for millions of Californians, and urged support for the bipartisan Medicare Multi-Cancer Early Detection Screening Coverage Act, a bill that could pave the way for Medicare coverage of innovative, single blood test cancer screenings. Public reaction has been a mix of concern and determination, with many sharing their own stories of how research and accessible healthcare have impacted their lives. Analysts and health policy experts are closely watching the legislative process, emphasizing the long-term economic and human costs of underfunding cancer research. The fight for these critical resources highlights the direct link between policy decisions and patient outcomes. These brave advocates are fighting for our future, but what does the future hold for our favorite reality TV contestants? Prepare yourself as we reveal who AI predicts will be the sole survivor in our next segment. AI predicts Survivor 50, an unexpected champion emerges. While Survivor 49 is just around the corner, the ultimate question on fans' minds is, who will be crowned the sole survivor of Season 50? Now, we have an AI-generated prediction that might just surprise you. Our AI simulation has narrowed down the competition to the final 7. Emily Flippen, Jenna Lewis-Doherty, Tiffany Irvin, Dee Validares, Charlie Davis, Aubrey Bracco, and S49-1. The game has been intense, with blindsides and idols playing crucial roles. In a recent reward challenge, Charlie Davis won a feast and chose to bring Emily, Tiffany, and S49-1, where discussions quickly turned to Dee being the biggest threat. Meanwhile, Dee worked to sway Aubrey and Jenna, creating a complex web of alliances and potential betrayals. The individual immunity challenges have been fiercely contested. Dee Validares has proven to be a dominant force, securing immunity multiple times. Her wins have disrupted alliances, forcing players like Emily to question their trust and consider shifting votes. At Tribal Council, the tension is palpable as contestants navigate the strategic minefield. Charlie Davis was voted out, followed by S49-1, leaving a final 5 that includes Dee, Jenna, Aubrey, and Tiffany. Dee continued her immunity streak, winning again and securing her spot in the final 4. The AI's analysis suggests a constant struggle for power, with players like Emily trying to leverage their perceived weakness while others, like Dee, play a more controlled, strategic game. As the game progresses, the AI simulation highlights the shifting dynamics. Dee's consistent immunity wins put her in a commanding position, while players like Jenna and Tiffany have adapted their strategies to survive. The final 4, Dee, Jenna, Aubrey, and Tiffany, faced a grueling immunity challenge, with Dee once again emerging victorious. Her decision to take Jenna to the final 2 set up a fire-making showdown between Aubrey and Tiffany. Ultimately, Tiffany Irvin won the fire-making challenge, earning her spot in the final 3. The AI simulation has projected Dee Validares as the sole survivor of Season 50. The jury, comprised of players like Christian Hubicki, Charlie Davis, and Aubrey Bracco, ultimately favored Dee's strategic dominance, challenge performance, and control over the game. The AI's analysis suggests that while other players had compelling narratives, Dee's consistent execution and outwitting of her opponents made her the most deserving winner according to the simulation. Fans are already debating the AI's prediction, with many discussing whether Dee's calculated gameplay truly outshines the underdog stories of Jenna and Tiffany. The upcoming Survivor 49 premiere will offer its own set of twists and turns, but for now, the AI has spoken on Season 50. That's all the buzz from the world of sports, inspiration, advocacy, and reality TV. Don't go anywhere, we've got a rapid-fire recap and your full call to action coming up next. What a show, PumpTalk Nation. We saw the NFL survivor pools get wild, a young cancer survivor's inspiring day with the Vikings, advocates pushing for research funding in D.C., and an AI prediction for the next sole survivor. You've stayed informed, now it's time to engage. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to PumpTalk News for more daily updates, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Share your thoughts on today's stories in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms to join the conversation. We'll see you next time.